While Samsung's Galaxy S is typically the first major smartphone release of the year, it usually arrives just ahead of Mobile World Congress in February. But after a year of delayed launches, we certainly aren't going to complain about the Galaxy S21 arriving ahead of schedule. And the good news just keeps on coming with the Galaxy S21, as not only is it early, but it is coming in under budget with a price drop of $200 for all three models compared to their Galaxy S20 counterparts. While the S21 lineup saw its fair share of leaks, there are always a few surprises left. So here's everything you need to know about Samsung's Galaxy S21 smartphones. The Galaxy S21, S21 Plus, and S21 Ultra will all be available starting on January 29th, with pre-order starting on January 14th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. The S21 starts at $799, the same price as the base iPhone 12. However, it features double the storage and a telephoto camera that the iPhone 12 lacks. The S21 Plus comes in at $999, matching the iPhone 12 Pro pricing, but it features a much larger 6.7-inch display. Finally, the S20 Ultra sits atop the lineup at $1,199, a $100 premium versus the iPhone 12 Pro Max, but with a superior display and camera array to justify it. The Galaxy S21 design hews closely to the S20, with the one notable exception being the rear camera array that Samsung calls its contour-cut camera housing. Rather than a standalone rectangular projection a few millimeters in from the edge of the device, one of my pet peeves about last year's design, it now flows smoothly from the top and side of the smartphone. It's a more polished look and should hopefully make for a more comfortable feel both in the hand and in the pocket. Perhaps the most contentious decision that Samsung has made with the standard Galaxy S21 is the move to a plastic back rather than the glass of the Galaxy S20 and its predecessors. After having spent quite a bit of time with the Galaxy S20 FE, I don't consider this a problem, but for those that prefer a glass back, the S21 Plus and the S21 Ultra retain that premium touch. Color options are plentiful, with a premium-looking matte finish applied to each and slightly differing options for each phone. I'll spare you repeating Phantom a dozen times, but that's the term Samsung is applying to all of its colors this time around. The S21 comes in gray, white, violet, and pink. The S21 is available in black, white, and violet. And finally, the S21 Ultra gets black and white as widely available options, and then exclusively on Samsung.com you'll also find titanium, navy, and brown. If there's one irrefutable advantage that Samsung has over Apple at the moment, it is with its displays. All three Galaxy S21 models now have the adaptive 120Hz refresh rate found in the Note 20 Ultra. This delivers that fantastically smooth visual experience when it is called for, while sparing your battery by dropping to as low as 48Hz on the S21 and S21 Plus, and all the way down to 10Hz on the S21 Ultra when viewing more static content. The S21 and the S21 Plus both feature flat, Full HD Plus AMOLED displays with HDR10 Plus certification at 6.2 and 6.7 inches respectively. While this is a resolution hit from the QHD Plus on the S20 models last year, most probably stuck to Full HD Plus on those as well for the 120Hz refresh rate. The S21 Ultra steps up to a 6.8-inch edge-wide QHD Plus AMOLED panel, and it can retain 120Hz at its full resolution rather than dropping to FHD Plus as we saw with last year's high refresh rate Galaxy. While the camera housing is a notable design change, the camera performance is vastly more important. Despite what often seems like a hardware advantage, Samsung still has historically fallen short of the best from Apple and Google when it comes to mobile photography. Samsung is saying the right things this time around with a stronger focus on applying AI to your photos, but we'll need to see the results to determine if those efforts were successful. The Galaxy S21 and S21 Plus feature identical triple camera arrays on the back with a 12-megapixel main wide-angle, 64-megapixel 3x telephoto, and 12-megapixel ultra-wide. The Galaxy S21 Ultra stands apart with its massive 108-megapixel main wide-angle, 10-megapixel 3x telephoto, 10-megapixel 10x telephoto, and a 12-megapixel ultra-wide. This allows the S21 Ultra to once again offer the 100x space zoom found on the S20 Ultra, perhaps with better results this time. The S21 Ultra will also benefit from the laser autofocus that we found effective on the Note 20 Ultra last year. Samsung once again has a vast collection of camera modes that we'll be testing in our full reviews, but some of the highlights are Single Take 2.0, which uses the main sensor to capture photo and video of the scene and leverage AI to create the best shots, and Zoom Lock for boosted stabilization when taking telephoto shots. On the video front, Samsung is making up more ground on Apple with 8K Snap that allows you to extract images from your 8K footage, which is probably more useful than the 8K footage itself for most users. Super Steady Video Mode offers superior stabilization at up to 60 frames per second if you're producing action content with your phone. And for vloggers or filmmakers using the Galaxy S21 lineup, the Director's View allows you to capture video from the front and rear cameras simultaneously and switch between them seamlessly in editing. All three Galaxy S21 models feature the same Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 chipset, which isn't going to be able to beat Apple's A14 Bionic, but Qualcomm claims it offers a 20% boost to CPU performance and 25% to graphics versus last year's Snapdragon 865. The S21 and S21 Plus both feature 8GB of RAM with either 128 or 256GB of storage. It's worth noting that's a step down from the 12GB of RAM found in the S20 and S20 Plus last year. The S21 Ultra, on the other hand, features the same 12GB with either 128 or 256GB of storage, or 16GB of RAM with 512GB of storage. The Galaxy S21 Plus is the only model that gets a boost to its battery life at 4800 mAh versus 4500 for its predecessor. The S21 and S21 Ultra match last year's models at 4000 and 5000 mAh respectively. Samsung claims it is using AI to deliver superior battery life with this hardware. We'll find out in our testing. Samsung has indeed followed in the footsteps of Apple and dropped the charger from the box with the Galaxy S21 lineup. The phone and a USB-C cable are the only things you'll find inside. At least some of the sting is taken out of it for Samsung buyers that can take solace in the fact that they got a price cut. The Galaxy S21 models will all launch with Android 11 and Samsung's One UI 3.1. Along with the numerous new camera features, there are a couple of other new software additions arriving with the S21 lineup. The most notable is a feature that has Samsung beating Apple to the punch with its new SmartThings Find that offers robust location tracking of Galaxy devices even when they are offline, along with the new Galaxy SmartTag Bluetooth locators. While Galaxy Note fans may cringe at this news as it could signal the death knell of their beloved smartphone, the S21 Ultra now offers the same robust S Pen support as the Note. Unlike the Note, the S Pen will not be included with the Galaxy S21 Ultra, which also lacks a silo to hold the S Pen. Samsung has cases for this purpose available. The Galaxy S21 lineup isn't a quantum leap forward. It takes a number of nice incremental steps with its display technology, improved processor, and at least on paper its camera performance. In a vacuum, I can see dismissing those as minor, but when taken with the dramatic $200 price drop, I think this is a significant release that hopefully sets the tone for flagship phones in 2021. And that is without accounting for the Galaxy S21 Ultra. Much like the iPhone 12 Pro Max last year, the Galaxy S21 Ultra earns its place at the top. Its quad camera system with laser autofocus and 10x optical zoom, 120Hz WQHD Plus adaptive display, and S Pen support put it in rarefied air. At $1,199, it isn't going to dominate the market, but it's a far more compelling and attainable option than the Galaxy S20 Ultra, and may be a tough phone to beat in 2021. I'm Sean Riley for Laptop Mag.